does he live with you, or do you guys communicate? No?
No, he lives in another state. He still lives in the state where his father hid him for all those years, which is Arkansas.
Okay, interesting. Not to get too personal, but do you know why that was happening? What was the dynamics of that?
Oh, yeah. His father and I went through a divorce. His father threatened me and said that if I didn't remarry him and sleep with him every single time I wanted to have any kind of visitation or communication with my son, that he was going to disappear with my son. So he held through with his threats because I refused to allow him to rape me.
Oh, wow, that's intense. How did you feel during that point? Because there's there's a connection between like a father and a son, but the connection between a mother and her child, it's almost like inseparable in a way, because that child literally grew inside of you in a
Right.
sense. So I always felt like the bond between like a mom and the kid was always a lot stronger in a way than with the father and a child, just because the fact that, as a mom, you got to carry the kid in your body. So how did you feel during that time?
It was definitely rough. I mean, every Mother's Day, every year on his birthday, I would end up somewhere in the house in the fetal position, bawling my eyes out every year. Regardless of how great or how terrible the day was, every day ended the same. My child was not a part of my life. It tore me to absolute pieces. But at the same time, I was struggling so bad just to be able to take care of myself because of everything that I had been going through and everything that I was still going through with human trafficking and everything in my life. I couldn't successfully take care of myself. I had to trust. I didn't have an option. I had to trust that his father would take care of him and provide for him. I didn't have any kind of a choice.
So basically, you're in poverty in a sense, just trying to struggle to survive, right?
Right? Right. I was bouncing from one job to another. I was a high school dropout with no college education at all. I was making minimum wage at most jobs. I was living with one boyfriend or another for many years because I had no way to be able to provide for myself. And that's not the kind of a life you want for a child.